CookieSwirlC? These are your true Labubu stories. Help, I don't think I want a Labubu anymore, but they look so cute. Get one, I have one, and nothing weird has happened yet. Not gonna lie, I have a Labubu, and I put it in my bed. But then I went in my room. It was on the shelf, and I was home alone. Same! Cookie. So I bought a Labubu last weekend at a Pop Mart, and another one at a thrift store. And the one I bought from the thrift store, the smile, it's not a smile, but like a frown. But the one I got from Pop Mart had a smile, and the other one, it wrote something in blood. But it was horrifying. Every night I kept hearing banging near my window. OMG, this is creepy. Do you still hear the banging each night? Yes, that is very scary, but thank you for sharing your Labubu story. I have a story. I had a Labubu. Its name was Emily. I thought Emily was lonely, so I got her Jerry, Labubu too. It was acting weird. One night, it was snowy. I went downstairs to the kitchen, and I heard something whisper, "Lafufu." At first, I was confused. Lafufu? Isn't that a knockoff Labubu? Maybe I'm just sleep deprived. I was going back to bed. I went to check on Emily. She wasn't in her bed I made her. And Jerry? He wasn't in his bed too. It was 6 a.m. The sun was coming up. Bang! Bang! I heard from the trash bins outside my window. I went out there. Nothing was there. I opened it. Jerry! He was in there. I went back inside. It turns out he was a Lafufu. Emily was sleeping in her bed. Weird. I went in the woods and tossed Jerry. Every night, I hear whispers in my ear. Lafufu. That is extremely scary. I'm sorry that you keep hearing the whispers of Lafufu. But at least Jerry is kind of out of your life. Cookie, put an outfit on your Labubu. It will break the curse. You got it. I will keep my Labubu dressed in Squid Game. Hopefully, I will be safe with my Labubu. Thank you for the tip. I am genuinely scared to buy another Labubu. I have one that's pink. Is there any stories about a pink one? Because if there is, I'm gonna get very scared. This story is also about a collector who was trying to hunt down a pink Labubu. They tried to find it for months and months. They checked on all the different Labubu forums, secret auctions, and even encrypted toy drops. Why were they after the pink Labubu? Because they had heard rumors of a Labubu that was so rare, every collector wanted it. The only thing that was known about this Labubu is that it was pink. But there were whispers that it wasn't just any shade of pink. It was unlike any factory release. That was all the information they knew about it. And that was enough for her to want it. She needed it. This was the only Labubu she was going to do anything to get. And then finally, she got it. She found one on a website that had a grainy photo of a pink Labubu. She couldn't quite tell exactly what she was going to buy, but she knew this had to be the rare Labubu. When the box finally arrived, she noticed that it was wrapped in a brittle tissue paper, and it was sealed with a little sticker that said, "Do not open at night." But of course, she wasn't gonna wait. It was already 8 p.m. when she had gotten the box. The delivery had been dropped off very late. And even though the sticker said, "Do not open at night," she couldn't help but open it. The moment she peeled back the box, she couldn't believe what she saw. The color of the pink Labubu wasn't blush or bubblegum. It was skin. It was a fleshed color tone inside of the box on the Labubu. She noticed its eyes too were big and bright, almost like they were aware. She screamed and dropped the box, and the Labubu rolled out underneath the sofa. She screamed, ran, and left the house, too afraid to go inside. But when she eventually did go back in, the Labubu was gone. All she had left of the Labubu was its crinkled up tissue paper that it came in and the money taken out from her account. It was gone, and she had wasted all that money on this super rare, strange Labubu. Cookie, I have a story. Me and my friend were having a sleepover. I have a Labubu. It's the purple one from the Big Into Energy series. When I was in my garden, I have a gate, and it was unlocked, but I couldn't open it. When I went to look where I left my Labubu, it was still there, right where I left it. But when I went back outside, the sprinklers came on and then went straight back off. That's all I know so far. We are terrified by Cookie. That is terrifying. Were you able to get your Labubu back? Was it damaged because of the sprinklers? I'd love to know more. Thank you for sharing your Labubu story. I have Lafufu. Are Lafufus haunted? There was a girl who bought a lafufu from a vendor at a flea market at night. When she had picked it up on the table of all the other trinkets, she knew this labubu was actually a lafufu. There was something about it, about the quality of the fur, its eyes, the fact that they were slightly sunken in, but she was okay with it. The fact that it didn't cost too much money also proved to her that it was a lafufu. The flea market vendor wrapped up the labubu into a little box and handed it to her. She was very happy. When she got home, she decided not to open up the lafufu right away. Instead, she kept the box completely sealed and put it right on her shelf. Several months went by, and she finally remembered, oh, I have a labubu, a lafufu. She went to her shelf and pulled down the box, blew off the dust, and opened it up. She was shocked whenever she opened it up and noticed that the lafufu was staring right up at her. She put the labubu back in the box, kind of creeped out, and put it back on the shelf. That night, her phone camera flicked on by itself as she was sleeping. She heard the sound of giggling and decided to wake up. She noticed that her camera phone was facing her. She was scared, but she still reached for her phone and looked at it. It was recording her. She quickly clicked off the phone recording and looked at the footage that had been recorded. It was just her, sleeping, but in the background, she could hear a faint giggling. In the morning, she decided to look at the video footage again, and she noticed that there was also a picture attached. She swiped over to the photo and saw that there was a written note that said, "You're in the box now." Ever since then, she noticed that she had a difficult time breathing, almost like she was stuffed in a labubu box. Story time! My grandma got me a big labubu as a gift. I was so happy. I took it everywhere with me, even in car rides, everything. Everything was all right, but then one day in the night, I was sleeping and I heard a noise. I didn't care, but as I closed my eyes, I saw like a face, a red face. It looked like a labubu. It scared me so bad I couldn't go back to bed after that. I woke up, and after that I felt traumatized. After that I went to my grandma's and I took my labubu, but I left it there on accident. But when I went to bed, I didn't see anything and I had good dreams. Guys, this is real. It also happened to my grandma. She kept screaming at night and I knew it was from that monster labubu. That is so scary. I'm glad you got rid of the labubu, but is your grandma okay? Is she still having nightmares and seeing this red-faced labubu? Keep me updated. Thank you for sharing your labubu story. Help, I'm scared with my labubu. It's next to me at night, and once it made my cat plushie fall off my bed. Recently, I got a labubu. It was fake. I didn't like it, so I got a new one, a pink one. While I loved it so much, about my new labubu, the fake one slowly moved closer and closer. I threw it in the trash. It kept on appearing on my bed over and over. I had to pretend to like it so nothing bad would happen, but to my surprise, it kinda did know. It wanted me, and I was gonna get haunted. I had to move to return it. It is online for sale. Did you ever sell this haunted labubu? Hopefully it left you alone. Hi, Cookie. I have a story that happened to me. So I went to a market and I saw they were selling labubus. So I asked my mom that she can buy it and she agreed to buy me it. When I went home, I inspected one of them from the box, but I got a black one. I was confused, but for some reason, I kept it. When I went to bed that day, I put the black labubu on my desk where I draw. When I went to sleep, I expected to wake up in the morning, but somehow I woke up at 2:37 a.m. in the morning, and that's when I saw the labubu missing. At first, I got scared because I saw this video before it had happened, and I immediately went back to sleep without moving. But then I woke up at 3:37 a.m. I decided to get a drink because my stomach was upset. And then I saw the labubu on the kitchen bench with a knife. I actually passed out and my mom found me in the morning and called the ambulance. And I was in a coma for like 2 days until I woke up and my black labubu disappeared. Something happened to me. I was looking at my giant labubu and I saw its eyes looking at the front. The next day I was sleeping and I woke up to drink water and I saw all the eyes of the labubus looking straight at me. Cookie, you are the best. Keep telling more stories about labubu. Big hugs. I'm so happy you guys enjoyed these labubu stories. Stay safe.